What's happening, people? This is UK Barbershop Debates here in South London, Peckham, with myself, Harm K. We're currently talking about racism inside the West End, and today I've invited a list of UK promoters here in London as acts and DJs across the London scene at the moment. So I'm going to introduce you to everyone that's here. Here on my right hand side, first off.
Oh, so I was supposed to, oh yeah, hi, yeah. I thought that was your job, yeah. Gabriel.
Yeah. Gabriel, welcome.
Dial.
Amor.
Shaba.
Master J.
Richie Amps.
Chris. Emilio.
Twinika.
Shadi. Menno.
Thank you. All right, the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is racism in West End clubs. For a few years, there has been controversy in the West End clubs with people getting inside of different ethnic minorities, and we're really going to be sharing views today in regards to it. So, Deo, what's your views in regards to West End clubs and racism?
Why me first?
Just your views.
I feel some of them are racist. West End generally has a racist undertone about it. Like, some of the clubs are racist, that's a fact. But I don't think every situation that that is brought into the limelight or into social media is about a racist situation.
Would you say it's just West End clubs or clubs in general?
No, I think West End clubs.
Why West End particularly?
I'm just going on personal experience.
What's the worst experience that you can actually pull the racist cards and say it was a racist, if you want to say, reason for maybe not letting you in or even kick you out of the club?
I think an incident that stands out straight away, myself and a group of 6 or 7 of us attempting to get into, I'm not going to name the name of the club, and we had a situation about quote unquote girls. There's no females with us, but in the queue I'm seeing white guys getting in, Asian guys getting in, even some other black guys getting in, but not as, there was 7 black guys, so they just probably saw it as.
And how many white guys was there?
I can't remember, I didn't count.
Okay.
But to me, it came across as a racist situation.
Okay.
6 black guys, West End club, we can't get in, it's racist.
Okay. Rich, you've promoted West End clubs before, or Central London clubs before.
Yeah.
What experience from, if you want to say, a business partner working with them did you experience?
Nothing different to anywhere else, to be honest with you. I guess they set the same sort of parameters as anywhere else, but again, you do feel that when you're in the West End, there is the slight feel that there is some negativity towards certain cultures that come into the area. But obviously, I was promoting a certain type of event anyway, so I knew from the get-go, and I made it quite clear to the clientele that I was bringing to the club. So the club were happy to go ahead with it. But again, when you look around the area, you would notice that other clubs weren't really tailoring to any other sort of groups of people except for one particular kind.
Master J, yeah, as a DJ in London, yeah, would you say West End treat you differently as a DJ? Would treat you differently in regards to, say, if you're DJing in Brixton?
Not really. I don't think the DJs get it as much as the promoters would. Once the DJs got a pretty much a kind of clean state, they're not notorious for anything in terms of antisocial behaviour, whatever it is. They pretty much get in, and once they can pass the risk assessment DJ, we don't necessarily come in contact with the club owners or the managers or any given point in time. It's more the relationship between ourselves and a promoter.
Do they instruct you on what to play, or have you ever had a situation whereby you're DJing and they've told you to play less of that style of music because of how it's getting the crowd?
I have been to a club before, and halfway through my set I turned around just random, and then there's a list of do not play this, keep it R&B, hip hop, keep it this, that kind of, all that kind of commercial stuff, literally right behind us. So we've obviously completely disregarded that because we were offering to our set, but I thought that alone as a warning for DJs, it's like okay, and and radio editing, alright, okay, and the list just went on, and I just like okay, and just kind of carried on. But
and was this in West End?
This was on the outskirts of West End. It wasn't directly into the kind of West End.
Would you see that, though, that list that you saw, would you call that racist?
I didn't pay attention to it at the time. Now I'm thinking back on it and thinking of what they were doing. I think club owners have a right to kind of look after the clubs to an extent in terms of the clientele of the music general, and they've got to look after the clientele. More importantly, their main traffic is people who will adhere to those kind of policies and like those kind of music. And I think they're going to do as much as they can to drive that clientele in. It's just that it's not going to work, because that's for the mass of people that we DJ to. This is not what appeals to them.
Dear Rob, your views or your previous history about either attending West End nights as a guest or promoting West End nights. What's been your experience with them? Would you say it's the same as, say for example, if you do a night in Brixton or a show in Brixton?
I think one thing with all of it is that it's more of a class issue than a race issue. But unfortunately, we have to decide who's more middle class and upper class out of the set of demographic people in this country. And unfortunately, black people don't tend to sit in that middle class and upper class category. So when you go to the West End, it's an elitist kind of place. So obviously they want that kind of clientele in their building. Unfortunately, there's a stereotype where people think socio-economical wise that black people don't have money, and also that we're troublemakers. So when you do go to the West End, they look at how you dress, and unfortunately they determine to themselves whether or not they feel that you can spend £50 in there or not. Now, if they feel that you're not going to be able to afford an £18 drink and you're going to stand there for the next 3-4 hours drinking saliva, unfortunately they may not. It's unfortunate that they may not want you in their environment. Now, and yes, you get to the door and you see groups of white guys walking in, groups of Asian guys walking in, and then you get there and it's like, sorry guys, you know. They give you that kind of not to my lads. And then you sit there like, you know, you're upset, you've sprayed your simiaki, you know, you're feeling good, you're feeling funky, and you can't get in there. But then you have to bear in mind that bouncers looking at you and saying to themselves, do these guys look like they're going to be trouble? Even as a promoter, for instance, when certain people ring me for tickets for an event, if they sound good on the phone, I tell them to step out. Now, that's me already discriminating against somebody who I haven't even seen them face by face. But if you sound like trouble on the phone, I'll tell you that it's sold out.
But then don't you think you're doing exactly what they're doing?
Yes.
And you think that's right?
Yes.
You think that's right?
Yes.
Why?
Okay. I'm not going to say what I've done with recent, but I've done something with recent. I'm doing my personal license course, and there's 4 licensing objectives that you have, which is public safety, prevention of crime and disorder, public nuisance, and protection of children from harm. Now, if you're in breach of any of these 4 things, you can lose your license. So please go to the license authorities of the council to basically go to the magistrate to get your license revoked. I'm going to have a bar in the next few months. Yeah, so I'm doing my personal license course. Now, as a business owner, I need to protect my license. If I'm sitting in the CCTV office and I've only got 3 bouncers working there, whether you're black, white or Asian, this is different with me. If there's a group of, say, 7 white guys who get to that door and I think they're trouble, I will radio my bouncer to tell them no.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. I've only got 3 security working there, and if there's 7 of these guys come into this venue and kick off, can my 3 bouncers handle these 7 guys? Bouncers have got a job to do, and so does the promoter, and so does the manager, and so does the owner. All different sets of people. It's wrong to stereotype, it's wrong. But the bottom line is this: we all do it. Now, if 1 incident happens, 2 incidents happens, 3 happens, yeah? You're going to say to yourself, okay, if I'm on my last leg, and this certain demographic of crowd, I'm not talking about race, I'm talking about a look. If I feel your look is a look that causes trouble in here, I don't want you in here, because when you come and do shoot 'em up bang bang in my club, okay, I lose my license, you go to the next place, and I've still got to pay my landlord his rent.
But I have a question. How does this relate to women?
But 2 points in regards to women, you've got to remember that, not to sound sexist, but men tend to spend in clubs, not women. Let's just be honest. When it comes to the tables, you might get 1 or 2 tables of women, but men tend to pop the bottles. And
why would they let in women? Because
I'll tell you why, because if there's sexy babes in there, I'm going to spend. Men spend. I don't like champagne.
Okay, I've been to a club in West End, yeah, and I've been with one friend, and they turned around and said to me, look, no, it's full. That's the excuse they gave, yeah. 5 women came, they let them in.
Yes, because
but
those 5 women, because them 5 women may entice the guys at the bar or the table to go and spend. I don't like champagne. I ain't got champagne at home, but I go out and pop bottles. It's for girls. I don't pop bottles for myself. But you get it. Be honest, it's true. Be honest. Like, you've got a champagne rack at home.
But the difference between what you're saying about what you're doing is that you're saying that it's a demographic, it's a class of people, so you're not even discriminating on race.
Yeah.
But the difference with what they are doing is it doesn't matter about the class when it comes to the other race. It matters about class when it comes to our race, or that's how it appears to me.
No.